want to welcome all of you here today to Kogen Sunday Service. This whole setup was designed to offer just some encouragement, some hope, and some perspective on everything that we're going through right now. I hope that these videos have been beneficial to you. I hope they've put you into a healthy place. And I want to thank you so much for clicking on and joining us each week. These videos, as always, are sponsored and set up by Kogen Self-Defense Academy. To Matt, Rob, Bowie, thank you guys so much for all that you do to continue to make Kogen an outlet for people to be able to continue to train, continue to learn, and continue to be the community that you guys, I know, have set it up to be. So thank you so much for that. The anchor and the idea of spiritual defense has not changed. It is to defend ourselves against depression, against anxiousness, against all of the things that come against us. And it is to disarm the powers, the lies of the darkness, and the things that we are being told that simply are not true. And finally, it's to defeat those powers and to walk in victory. For the past couple of weeks, we've been talking about fear. We've been talking about how fear works, and we've been talking about why fear is something that we cannot afford to have. So today I want to talk to you about taking away the power of fear. We lose the power of fear when we begin to have faith. When we talk about our training, when we talk about our experience, that faith comes as we train, as we trust, and as we continue to learn. In combat sports, it's easy to begin thinking about all of the failures, to begin thinking about all of the holes that we have in our game without realizing the progress that we've made. Fear will keep us from recognizing how far we've come. Fear instead will always remind you of where you have yet to go. In contrast to that, our goals are the same way. And yet used in a positive fashion, we can look back on our successes and see how far we've come, and we can look with anticipation at where we have yet to be and see that we are preparing now for those battles, preparing now for that training, preparing now for that new technique or that new level. So I want to encourage you guys, as we continue on, make sure that you're staying in that right headspace. Make sure that you're not losing that battle of the power of fear in your life. As we transition over to spiritual defense, fear is one of those things that we cannot afford to allow to gain a foothold, to have any level of power in our lives. Spiritually, fear will keep us in darkness. Spiritually, fear will keep us in chaos. And spiritually, fear will keep us in a place where we're just not able to walk in confidence. And so I want to encourage you today with a Bible verse from 2 Timothy chapter 1. It says that God did not give us a spirit of fear, but of power and love and sound mind. Three things just really occur to me as we talk about that. The first one is power. We have movement because we have power. We talk about in punching and throwing strikes, we have power because we move our hips. And in the same way, this spirit that we have from God, that's not a spirit of fear, but a spirit of power, allows us to move. It allows us to serve. It allows us to learn, and it allows us to grow. Not only do we have movement, but we have motivation. Our motivation is a spirit of love. We do this because we love others. We do this because we love others to speak the truth. We do this because we love others enough to be able to help them get better. So I encourage you, check your motive, especially in the realm of spiritual defense. If your motive is not love, it's going to fail. But if it is love, it cannot fail. We have a spirit that allows us to move in power. We have a motivation that allows us to love. And then finally, we have a mental path in that we have a spirit of a sound mind. That means our thinking is ordered. If there's one thing that occurs to me throughout this quarantine and throughout this time, is it's not so much hard to keep our bodies in shape. Some push-ups, some running, whatever you're doing will take care of that. but keeping ourselves mentally sharp, keeping ourselves in a good, healthy headspace where we are staying spiritually connected, that requires some discipline. That requires some time as you read God's word, as you read the Bible. That requires some time in meditation as you pray and you stay centered in your spirit, asking God to show you what he has for you each day. And so I want to encourage you as we battle this power of fear, that God has told us in his word that he has not given us a spirit of fear, but a spirit of power, of love, and of sound mind. I encourage you to check out the rest of 2 Timothy. As always, I want to thank you guys so much for taking time with me just to click on, to be encouraged, to make sure that your spiritual defense is up. I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you guys so much. Have a great week.